Hi everyone, hope you all are doing good. So welcome to this brand new episode of Learning Agentic AI from scratch. So here I'm going to give you a quick demo about MCP tool, how to configure it and how to use a custom third-party MCP tool as well as your own tool in your application. So yeah, as you remember in our last application, I've created this simple app where you type anything and from your text user, Gemini will extract predicted tasks and profile and insights, your name, your profession, current mood, work style, all these things will get extracted. And I'm using Gemini to do that. So let me quickly show you a quick thing how I'm doing it. So this is the system prompt. So whatever user is typing this prompt, I'm sending with each user request. And here I've created a list of all the methods that I've created, like save insights, to do, does, add. So while creating the prompt, I'm passing the system prompt. The state is the conversation that user is doing, so that the LLM will have context of that conversation, and the user query. So basically for user query, this is the rules that I'm setting which LLM will adhere to. And here I am saying that if there is some personal info, call profile.save inside. If there is actionable goals, call to-dos.add. So these are like, we have to define it and we have to add it in this prompt, and we have to keep track of all these things. So this is very tedious task, and we don't know what LLM is going to respond with. It can respond with anything, and we can't tell our clients that okay, our Gemini is screwed up, so that's why my app is not working. So we have to formalize it. We have to use a proper tool to maintain all these things. So this is where MCP comes into the picture. Let me show you a simple MCP tool. So this is, I've written it in Python. So here I'm using fast MCP to quickly spin up a MCP server. And I have created different methods like add list. It's a calculator, basically, calculator MCP server. So I've created various MCP tools. So I'm using this decorator so that MCP will understand that okay, it's a tool that LLM have to call. So now I've created all these methods and I'm running it. Okay. So now if you go to the browser, so this is basically the GitHub URL. So this is my file. This is the server file. Ignore all other files. So if you see here, I am running this uv run mcp dev example mcp server mac.py. So when we run this, what it will do is it will create a MCP inspector. It will open MCP in inspector mode. Okay, here you can see what inspector can do. So if you go to tools and click on list tools, it will give you the list of all the tools that this MCP has: add list, subtract, multiply, divide, all these tools it has. So now when we are going to call Gemini, MCP will automatically pass all these tools to LLM, and LLM will know like it has all these tools. So if you see here this tools list history, it has the list of all the tools with input schema, output schema. So there is very less chance of LLM giving some bad response. So it tracks it very well, and we can add OAuth and a lot of things are there. So yeah, so now I have created let me open this one. If I go to my homepage and will create on, yeah. So this is the demo that I'm going to give. So here what I have done is, here it's a Gmail MCP server integration. So here I'm going to integrate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the queries from terminal. It will perform complex mathematical calculation and it will visualize result on canvas. So I will show you how. So first I will do a mathematical calculation, and after that whatever the result, I will use MCP to open preview and draw the rectangle and the result inside it, and then we can send the result to Gmail also using the Gmail MCP server. So there are a lot of things here that we can do. So let me quickly start the demo. So yeah, here, so I'm in this repo. So now I will run this one. Talk to mcp.py. This is my file. Let me run it. What is this? It's saying module not found error. Why? Okay, I'm using Python 3. So if I use UV, it will use the package manager. So I'm not using the package manager. Now it will use all the modules. Okay, so now you see it started. If you see it started, all these tools are available. So this is my calculator tools, and these are the tools from the Gmail server API, and it will now do the complex ASCII calculator. Complex calculation it will do, and we can send the results via Gmail as well as we can visualize the this thing also. So let me go and copy one text. Talk to mcp.py. There are some prompts which I have already created. Yeah, test prompts.md. Okay, let me copy this. So my query is this one. Okay, so see, iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3 is what we are calling Gemini again and again. So here you see it created the result and added a rectangular box and added the result inside it. So let's see how it's doing it. Okay, so this is the iteration 1. So in the iteration 1, it's calling a string to cast.int Gemini. So it's saying that we have to call this method, and this method will return this result. And now the next iteration in LLM is saying that you have to call this method now with all these values. So we called this method and it returned us a response. It returns us this response. Now we have to visualize it. So now LLM is saying that now you have to open a canvas. So here it's opening a canvas. The next iteration, canvas is opened. It's saying that now you have to draw a rectangle. So I am drawing the rectangle in the memory. Then iteration 5 is, it's saying now you have to add the result in paint. So now it's adding the result in paint. Now it's saying the next call is to refresh the canvas. So we have to refresh the canvas so that preview gets updated. You saw that it gets closed and opened again. It's because I want to refresh it. Without refreshing, it won't show you the latest changes that we have done there. So it refreshed it. And we see the values and it's saying that now LLM generation is completed. Final answer is this. So you saw how this gets calculated. So LLM is orchestrating everything. It's calling our MCP tools and everything. Let me show you. It will send email also. So let me do one thing. Let me copy some other prompt. Let me call it India. Calculate the exponential of those values. Let me add visualize it also. Visualize it also and send the result via email to this with subject test result agentic. Okay, so here let me add this also, test result MCP CNC result agentic. Okay, let me query this. Yeah, so now I want to send email also. So now if I click here, enter, see iteration 1 is happening, iteration 2 is happening. So now it's opening the canvas. Let's see what happens. Okay, so in the canvas the result came, and in iteration 6 it's calling the refresh canvas, and once canvas is refreshed, now it's saying that now we have to send the email also. Now that third-party Gmail MCP server tools are getting called, it sent the email, and after that now it's saying that your generation is completed. So now if we go to the email, let me go to my email, let me refresh it. Yeah, test result MCP CNC result agentic. You see I got the email also. So now the LLM is sending email using the Gmail MCP server. So if you go through this log, you will see that first it's saying us to call this, then in the second iteration it's calculating the exponential sum, in the third iteration it's opening the canvas, then drawing rectangle, adding result inside the paint, it's then refreshing the canvas to show us the canvas like this. Then I'm using a third-party Gmail MCP server to call this send email, and then final answer is here. So you see how LLM is orchestrating everything. So now I will give you a quick overview of code, like how it's done in the code. So hide sidebar, let me remove it. Hope it's visible. So now if you see my talk to mcp.py, so here if you see I'm calling this to start the MCP server of my calculator. So if you see my MCP server of calculator, okay, so this is my MCP server calculator where I have all these methods, add, multiply. Then I have this open canvas, draw rectangle. So I'm just creating a rectangle in the memory and then I'm saving it and drawing rectangle. So here we can see that this preview doesn't have a MCP server built in, but here we have created a MCP server for that. We have this refresh canvas method which will refresh the canvas. Now in talk to MCP, so I have initialized this MCP server, then I have initialized this Gmail MCP server. So you can find in my GitHub repo the link for this. Then I'm creating the sessions and initializing the session, and here I'm listing all the tools. Okay, all the tools, I've created a variable called tools and list all the tools inside it. So now these tools, see all the tools I'm passing inside available tools. This is the system prompt that is going to get passed in each of the LLM iteration. So here I'm seeing that respond exactly one line in one of these two format, function call and final answer, and I'm showing it a workflow and some important rules how to do that, and If visualization is there, this is an example I have given so that LLM won't confuse with email. Do not include any explanation or additional text. Entire text should be single line starting with either function call or final answer, so that I can understand that okay, if it's a function call the function, if it's a final answer, display it to the user. So if you see here, I have also added this code which will, based on the response coming, I can understand that okay, if the parent type of the function call is integer, then I have to call this function. If it's a number, I have to call this function. So I have to add a lot of logic to handle all the edge case scenario and everything. So yeah, this is how a simple MCP server works, MCP tool works. It can be integrated with any technology, React, TypeScript. I can even integrate it with my my next task predictor. I can create to-do and profile insights as a MCP tool and then use that. So maybe I will do that and will create a new YouTube video. Let me know if you need that. So I will do that. And you can, and this is the MCP Agentic CNC which I have just shown you, like how to create your own MCP server as well, use the Gmail MCP server. So all the details are here. Please go through it, and yeah, let me know if you want to know more or if you have any feedback on this. So yeah, thank you everyone for your time. So yeah, see you in the next session. So yeah, thank you.